the reason that I left, the one thing that somebody told me is that I wasn't the only victim, and that my children are going to marry a man like that because that's their only example of a father and a husband. And I think that was the trigger. That was the moment that I knew that I'm not just accepting this and staying for the kids. I'm actually hurting my kids by staying. Domestic abuse is different for everybody, really. It can be shoving, pushing, biting, kicking, hitting, whatever, any physical aggression, but even yelling. Sometimes men will get in their face and make them feel so little and scream, and it puts a fear that something's going to happen as well. A lot of women are forced to have sex. It's rape in their own marriage. Some of those can be combined, and you'll have different things, the yelling and the hitting, but a lot of it is, as far as domestic violence, is the violence itself. Women in Cherokee County that find themselves in this situation, there's so much help, but it's not publicly known. There's so many resources. An example, when I came to Georgia, when I finally got away, I did not have a driver's license. I was 25 years old. My youngest child was 5 months old, and my oldest child was 4. There's 3 of them. I had no education. I dropped out of high school, and so I was literally starting as a teenage mom from scratch with no family help. He didn't know where we were, and I reached out to the community and the Hope Center and Cherokee Family Violence Center and different organizations locally. There's so many that I was able to go to school, not work through the nursing program, and support my kids just through all the funding through this county. So I think for women here, we have so many resources that it makes it easier for women in this county versus Fulton County. Even it's a huge population. We have more here. Cherokee County has one of 2 of the largest shelters in the entire country. I don't think that it's not that women who are abused don't recognize that it's wrong and that they're being abused. They are made to feel like it's their fault and that they deserve to be treated that way. They were home all day and they didn't complete these tasks, or they were taking care of the kids and they burnt dinner, or different things. They are made that event is based on their lack of doing something, so they blame themselves. So I don't think that they don't think it's wrong or right. They don't know the difference. Does that make sense? Like they know that it's wrong and it shouldn't be happening to them, but if I hadn't done this wouldn't have happened. At least in my case, like I knew what was going on and I knew that, this wasn't the right way to live, but, I probably should have done this different or that different. And if I can just change this won't happen again. I stayed in my marriage for 5 years. We were married for 3 years before I finally got away. And he did not start abusing me until the second year when I was pregnant. Was the first time when I was pregnant with my first child, was the first time that he hit me. My hormones were all over the place, and it was the first time I had actually stood up for myself. And I decided that, I'm changing my ways. I'm going to live for my child now. And even though she wasn't here yet, the mother mentality kind of kicks in. And it was the first time he pushed me up against the wall, and I was kind of like a shell shock. And then I ended up marrying him. And through the years, it just progressively got worse and worse. And I tried to leave several times and just got sucked right back in because they have a way of wooing. One of the big things abusers do is isolate you from your friends and family. Because I didn't drive, it was me and his family was just as abusive as he was. I would have to clean his family's house in order for any assistance at all, watching the children, so we can go to doctor's appointments, whatever, taking me to the grocery store since I didn't drive. So yeah, being alone is a big across the board for domestic abuse. They isolate you. I didn't talk to my mom for a very long time, and if it was very brief. Everything's great. Kids are great. I would advise that if somebody feels like they are being abused or mistreated in any way, to talk to your family, talk to your friends, because they're going to see it from an outside perspective and they're going to give you the guidance. And it's a lot of times you'll listen to your friends more than your mother or your father, and you don't want people to judge you. But if other people know, you're held accountable to do something about it. And I think that was my biggest thing, was I didn't tell anybody. It was a big secret because I didn't want to have to do anything about it. I didn't want to be told to leave, when in my mind I had made a decision to stay. So I would recommend that they tell other people, because then you have that backing, you have support.